Good afternoon, everybody. Mayor Buckley here. It's been a little while since I've talked with you, so I want to get you caught up on a couple of things. It's Sunday, October the 31st, about 2 o'clock. I'm here in the mayor's office with Tim once again, and I want to bring you up to date on several items. The first I want to talk to you about is COVID update. I want you to know that the city is open for business. All departments are functioning on a normal level. We have 141 employees. Approximately 97 employees have been vaccinated. The rest obviously are unvaccinated. We are not requiring employees to be vaccinated. That is my position, and it hasn't changed since we first started back in middle of last year when the vaccine became available. That's totally up to the employee. We have compensated those employees $50 who have become vaccinated, excluding elected officials. Boosters, we encourage our employees who are vaccinated to get the booster when they are eligible to. I received my booster last week, Moderna booster, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I wanted to pass on that we do not have any restrictions for those who want to come into city buildings. Council meetings, Board of Works meetings, RDC meetings, zoning meetings are all open to the public, and there are no mask requirements. We have masks available should you decide you want to wear one, but we are back to normal operations. I'm happy about that, and I hope we keep it that way. So on another note, we are committed to the health of our employees. We will offer flu shots at no charge to all employees and elected officials on November 16th, November 17th, and November 18th at 2 p.m. upstairs in the council chambers. Again, there is no requirement that any employee receive a flu shot. It's totally up to the employee. But we want to make it available to them should they decide to get a flu shot. So I wanted to bring you up to date on that. COVID cases, according to our fire chief, appear to be dropping a little bit. We're not transporting as many as we had in the previous 3 or 4 months, but COVID is still here, and it's going to be here quite a bit. And it's no different from when the vaccine first came out. We encourage everyone to get a vaccination. So I'll be right back. I want to update you on what's going on in the city. All right, I'm back. I'm going to talk to you about some projects that are going on in the city. And before I start, I want you to get a pen and paper out, because at the end of this segment, I'm going to give you some dates on some things that are going to happen that I don't want you to miss out on, because it's going to be a lot of fun here when we get towards Christmas. So I'm going to start out. We got good news on the Thompson Trail. That's the sidewalk that we're going to construct on the north side of Thompson between Emerson and 9th Avenue. That is an NDOT project. NDOT opened the bids. There were 7 bids received for that project. Reith Riley was the most responsive bidder. They're the same company that built the roundabout out on Arlington Avenue. So what's going to happen next is we are going to pay our share of construction cost. This is about a $900,000 project. So we're going to pay our 20% share, and then we wait for the construction to begin. We plan on paying that first part of next week. The construction will not begin until the spring of next year, and that's normal. So we're looking forward to that major improvement, especially for people walking on Thompson Road. Get them off Thompson Road and get them onto the sidewalk. So we're very happy about that. That is a big deal for us. Our paving picks up again beginning tomorrow. We have 3 roads left to pave. The first road is Cashiard, which is out on Elmwood Avenue in the industrial park. That road actually gets widened to handle large trucks. St. Francis Street, from Main Street to the dead end, which is about 1 block, that road gets repaved. And then Main Street from 17th to 13th will get repaved. And that will conclude our paving for 2021. They will still have to come back and do the striping on all of the roads, the stop bars, and the crosswalks. So they're not quite done yet, but they're going to wrap up the paving within the next week or so, and we're happy about that. We hope to hear good news this Wednesday. Jim Kaufman and I and the Public Works Director, Brad, we're going to go down to Franklin, Indiana for a press conference, and it is with Governor Holcomb and the Commissioner of NDOT, Joe McGinnis. They are going to announce the awards for Community Crossing grant. We have submitted a grant request to pave 3 roads. And the roads are Buffalo Street between 5th and 6th, 15th Street between Albany and Maine, and Charnwood Parkway from 9th Avenue to Middleham Lane, the intersection there. As you know, the trail beat up Charnwood Parkway quite a bit, so we are going to repave that road. Hopefully we will hear good news Wednesday, and we will put that project out for bid around the first of the year. So those 3 roads, Buffalo between 5th and 6th, 15th Avenue between Albany and Maine, and Charnwood Parkway between 9th Avenue and Middleham Lane. So much needed improvements there. The Ochre grant, we are still working through that. They're about 75% done with lining of sanitary sewers. This project has just been outstanding. We have lined about 3 miles of pipe. We have made at least 9 point repairs. In some of these areas, I'm not really sure how the wastewater flowed through there. So now these areas have been corrected, and we hope that it makes a significant difference in the flow of wastewater. The project will wrap up within the next month or 2, and you'll see these people out in the neighborhoods through Miller Pipeline, and they're lining these pipes, and it's just a really good program. For those of you who live on 25th, North 25th, between Royal Road and Churchman Avenue, we are putting out for bid to contractors to fix the drainage problem in the 300 block of North 25th. This project should have been done in July. It's kind of frustrating. We had to wait on utilities to make some determinations. And when you wait on utilities, especially when there's only one utility and there's no competition, you are subject to long waits. And we have waited up to 2 months for an inquiry on if we can run utilities through here. So we finally got it resolved. So we are putting out for bid to correct a age-old drainage problem in the 300 block of North 25th. So hopefully that we'll start that before Christmas. So I apologize to the people who live up in that area, who put up with that every day, the drainage problem. But we're going to get that fixed, and then we'll move down into South Grove to do some work down there. So the last thing I wanted to talk to you about is the Franciscan Trail. I don't know if you've been on it or not. I walk it quite a bit. You can walk it. You can ride your bike on on it. You can walk your pet, you can jog and do whatever, no vehicles, but it is an absolutely beautiful trail. They're about 70% done with it. They continue to work on it. Now they're doing some ADA work on the beginning portions of the ramps where they touch the roads. So we're moving forward. I don't think they'll meet their substantial completion by the middle of November. I just don't think that's possible. But work continues on the trail. I encourage you to get out and walk on the trail. You're going to see parts of Beech Grove that you never thought they existed. So it's beautiful. They did a nice job of building it. The bridges are beautiful. It's fun to watch the water flow. And it's quiet when you get back into the woods. So I encourage you to get out and walk on the trail. They're also starting to put trees down. We are going to plant 500 new trees. The Department of Natural Resources has a rule. If you remove a tree, you have to plant so many trees. So we are going to honor that rule from DNR, and we are going to add far more trees than we took out. We had our arborist, Jerome Delbridge. He's been very good about marking trees that need to stay and what they call scrub trees that can come out. So we're happy about this, but we have a long ways to go. So we'll probably do some type of ceremony, but I don't look for it before the spring because the weather's going to turn, and we still have a lot of work to do. Especially there's no signage, so we have to do that. I want to send a kudos out to the Parks Board. When the onset of the trail, we have to have some rules to go by, and the Parks Board developed a set of rules, and we will introduce them to the City Council tomorrow night for approval on first reading. So to the Parks Board, thank you, and go out and enjoy the trail. I know I do. It's a wonderful investment for our city. It's totally paid for. There's no debt. So I'm very happy about that as well. So now the portion coming up, if you have your pen and paper ready, there's some dates that I want you to write down of some events that are going to happen. First of all, November the 11th is Veterans Day. So we have our service on the steps of City Hall on Thursday, November the 11th at 11 a.m. And we ask if you're available to please attend. A couple things that make this so special. One, we're honoring veterans, obviously, but two, this is the 100th anniversary of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. So there'll be a presentation by the Daughters of the American Revolution, and so that will be good. And also, one of our senators, Todd Young, will be our guest, and Todd will speak. Todd is a former United States Marine, and we were in contact with his office last week, and he has planned to attend. So we're very honored to have him, and we look forward to hearing what he has to say. Obviously, Veterans Day, the city offices are closed. Thanksgiving, which is November the 25th and the 26th, the city offices are closed. If you get your trash picked up on Thanksgiving, November the 25th, your trash will get moved to Friday. If you get your trash picked up on November the 26th, the day after Thanksgiving, your trash will get moved to Monday. Same way with the Veterans Day. If your trash generally gets picked up on Thursdays, for Veterans Day, your trash will be moved to Friday, and Friday's trash will get picked up on Monday. Don't know if that is Recycle Week or not. I'm not sure. I have to look at a calendar. Shop Local is Saturday, November the 27th. Our Main Street is doing really well right now, but we encourage all of you, those of you watching this podcast, to shop local, support local business. So we have several new businesses down on Main Street. People complain about parking. I'm very happy about that because 10 years ago when I walked into the mayor's office, we didn't have that problem. It was a ghost town. So we're happy about that. And the final thing, especially those watching who have small children, young children, we are going to have a Christmas parade. And it's going to be Saturday, December the 4th at 10:30 a.m. The parade is on Main Street from 2nd Street to 9th. And at 11 o'clock, Santa Claus will be at City Hall. Our friends at Lowe's donated a mini house that we are putting together on a trailer, so Santa's house will be in front of City Hall for the month of December. So Santa will be in the parade at 10:30, and then he'll be delivered to his house in front of City Hall. And through the month of December, Santa will have hours on multiple days there in his house to where you can bring your children and get a picture taken with Santa. I just think it's a neat thing. People are longing for things to do. People are longing to get out of the house. So this is going to be a fun event. This is being headed up by our Senior Citizens Director, Stephanie Bramlett. So along with that, there'll be a contest of businesses on Main Street. So we look for a very festive December. And I wanted to get that out to you because that's important. So I'll be right back. I want to talk to you about our employees, salaries, and the budget for 2022. The final segment today that I wanted to talk to you about is our 2022 budget and the 2022 salary ordinance that was recently passed by our city council. I got to tell you that I'm very pleased with this as mayor, but also as a citizen of the city of Beech Grove. As I stated in my closing remarks when we passed the budget, was that this council should be commended for what they have done. Outstanding work on putting the city in a position to do well, rewarding our employees for good work that they do every single day. So from the President Pro Tem Bobby Ferguson to all of the council members and our clerk, I thank you. I think it's excellent. Our police department, over the next 3 years, we were at the bottom of the food train salary-wise in Marion County. That will change. Over the next 3 years, our police officers here will have one of the highest base salaries in Marion County, and that was our goal. That was a problem that we had that has been corrected. Our DPW workers will receive a 7% pay raise in 2022. Plus, they will receive $1,000 COVID exposure pay. We talk about police and fire and EMS workers being exposed to COVID, but they don't talk very much about DPW workers. DPW workers who handle trash and work in the sanitary sewer system have an extreme exposure risk to COVID. And these employees need to be identified and appreciated and thanked for the work that they do every day. They couldn't stay home when COVID was out there. COVID's still out here, and they don't stay home. They have to come to work. Same way with police, fire, and EMS. So not only is the police getting a hefty increase, so is DPW. I also want to point out our female professional workers who run departments. Our senior citizens director, the assistant director, our director out at Hornet Park Community Center, our deputy clerk treasurer, and our assistant in the sewage works building department. All of those positions are filled by female employees, and they are excellent employees and should be fairly compensated for the work that they do every single day. I've said it for a long time, and we finally were in a position to do something. So we are going to substantially increase those positions because they deserve it. I'm all for it, and the council was all for it as well. All other employees and part-time employees in the city of Beech Grove will receive a 3% cost of living adjustment for 2022. I do want to point out that all elected officials and all persons appointed to boards by the mayor will not receive a pay raise in 2022. Don't want it. I'm not going to speak for any council member, but I'm not interested in a pay raise. So we're very happy about the position we're in concerning the salary ordinance. It has been passed. Jim our clerk treasurer, has submitted it to the gateway along with the budget, and we are set to go. It is fully funded and balanced. A couple of the items that stand out in the 2022 budget, besides salaries, is we are going to be able to purchase police cars, at least 5, and every year from here on out, there will be at least $200,000 budgeted to purchase police cars. So every year, at least 5 police cars will be replaced. We have purchased a new car for our EMS division, Beech Grove EMS. We have ordered a new park vehicle for the trail to do maintenance on the trail. This is an electric vehicle. We have almost $600,000 available to pave local roads and streets. I think that's wonderful. Our finances are excellent, and we will see continued improvement in the city as a result of the revenues coming in. Our assessed valuation is going up, and something that I think is very important that you should know is that 5 of the last 6 years we have been able to make improvements throughout the city, increase our budgets, and at the same time reduce taxes. The council this year passed a budget for next year that is fully funded, balanced, and will reduce taxes again. 5 out of the last 6 years that's happened. 7 out of the last 10 years that I have been mayor, we have lowered taxes. Our assessed valuation, when I walked into the mayor's office in 2012, was $325 million. The Marion County Auditor Assessor's Office this year for 2022 has set our assessed valuation at $518 million. That is an excellent prognosis. It helps the civil city of Beech Grove. and it helps the Redevelopment Commission of Beech Grove, and it helps the Beech Grove City Schools. I'm very happy about that. Our city is doing very well, and our net worth continues to rise. I hope by the end of 2023, our assessed valuation is approaching $600 million. That would be wonderful. Tomorrow night at our council meeting, on November 1st, the council will take up the American Rescue Plan. We will develop a plan to spend money given to the city of Beech Grove by the Department of Treasury. In 2021, we received $1.65 million. In 2022, the city will once again, in June, receive another $1,650,000. So tomorrow we develop a plan to spend the money. Not only are we going to give raises to our employees, it has been brought to my attention by our clerk treasurer, Jim Kaufman, and by our council president pro tem, Bobby Ferguson. We are going to present a stipend to each full-time city employee who is employed by the city of Beech Grove on the March the 8th, 2020. And if they are still employed, we want to present them with a stipend for $2,500. The council will have to approve that as part of the plan. That equates to about $250,000 that we will distribute to every single city employee full-time who has been with us since March the 8th, 2020, when the pandemic started. Elected officials will not receive any stipend at all. Full-time employees only. These employees, through all of this, has stuck with us. And through the COVID, some of them developed COVID, some did not, some were vaccinated, some were not. But anyway, at the end of the day, these employees, the police officer, the firefighter, the civilian paramedic, the DPW workers, they couldn't stay at home and do this work. They had to come in to do their job. Therefore, every single day they were exposed to COVID. So we need to recognize these men and women for the good work that they've done and the dedication they had to serve all of you. So we're going to take that up tomorrow. And I appreciate the recommendation from our clerk and our council president pro tem. I think it's a good idea. So having said that, and that concludes my report to you. I'll be back probably in a week or two. I'm going to talk to you about our fire department and the interlocal agreement with the city of Indianapolis for fire protection. I think that's a good thing as well. And a couple other things that are going to come up that we need to discuss that affect you personally. So until then, stay safe and thank you very much.